Hello, everybody. On behalf of Material Handling Systems, I'd like to thank DC Velocity and Robotics for this opportunity to talk about our products and our capabilities. My name is Robbie Robertson. I'm a Vice President in Business Development.
Yep, and I'm Andy Carter, Director of Business Development, and we're going to talk about a few different factors that are affecting the automation in material handling. We are also going to talk about an existing technology with the crossbelt and some new exciting technology with robotic induction. So a couple of factors that are really affecting the demand for automation is obviously the online ordering. It's going through the roof, everybody knows that. And the other part of it is warehousing space is getting more and more difficult to find. So operations are having to become much more efficient in the way they operate, and that really helps lead us to automation. Another driving factor right now is labor. So you can see on the slide, we have a tremendous turnover in labor in the material handling world. We also have very low unemployment, and we have a lot of competition for the workers. Labor rates are going very high so our material handling end users can even get the people they need to do the work.
Okay, so here we have the Apollo 11 rocket, which in 1969 took the first man to the moon. And when we look at this, we look at the capabilities we had back then with technology, and compared to the way it's been in the past couple of years, it's exponentially grown. The Apollo 11 guidance computers were like so slow back then compared to what we have now. So if you compare the guidance computers and the hard drive technology back then to what we have today, and compare that, say, with an iPhone 6, we are 100,000 times faster in processing power and more than 7 million times larger with storage capability, like with random access memory, because of the hard drive technologies we have today. So if you're familiar with Moore's Law states that with capability, there can be cost reduction. But that's not initially true. If you look back at when flat screen TVs came out, they were $10,000. Now you can get the same flat screen TV for just a few $100s. So with the competition and the way technology advances, Moore's Law states that cost does come down. And you can see from the curve how that it's like an exponential growth, and that's where we're at in today's market with technologies, that we've been able to really grow, and we're at a peak point now where we can combine technologies together like the crossbelt and robotic induction. So here, this is the crossbelt sorter. It's one of our technologies that we have. This technology has been around coming up on 40 years now. It's a very reliable, robust technology. But if you notice the index, it's singleized flow of packages coming in. And that's from human beings putting packages on a conveyor, and they feed these induction lines. So now, for the first time, we really have the opportunity to introduce robots in to replace human beings in doing this technology. And then with the issues like Andy pointed out earlier, with 60% turnover, with people injuries, break times and all that, robotics can help us get rid of all that.
So that brings us to the robot induction. And as Robbie said, with the Moore's Law, the technology is getting better and better and faster and less expensive. So it really, the robot technology, robots been around for quite a long time, but it's really the vision software that's driving the advancements of the robot induction. As you can see on the screen in the video, we're bringing bulk flow into an induction area, and we are using a robot to pick from one conveyor and place on another conveyor, and then we're verifying that we have only picked up one piece, and we are also verifying that we are orienting it the proper way to feed it onto the sorter. And as I mentioned, as vision gets better and better, the robots and the computations in the computer software get faster and faster. So we are, with this style of robot, we're running between 1,200 and 1,600 pieces an hour through an induction lane. And we also have some other technologies and different configurations where we're running up to 2,500 pieces an hour through the induction unit to feed a sorter, all without any human intervention or or a need for a human to be there. It can self-correct, and it can reboot if it needs to. It really can run almost maintenance-free for years. On this slide, we're showing, in this situation, we're actually using an incline conveyor to kind of precondition the flow, so it's a little bit easier for the robot vision system to see the packages. We're going to bring it up to a pick module, pick it, put it on the place module, and we use another camera system to validate that everything is proper on there. We also have a reject mechanism because there are going to be times when something gets on the system that shouldn't be there, and we are going to want to get that off of the system before it gets onto the sorter.
Now let's talk about the MHS crossbelt sorter a little bit. We call it the HC loop sorter. Our crossbelt, we have some special designs on it, like our linear motor induction technology, which we think is the most efficient in the industry. And the crossbelt itself it's the most gentle handling technology there is on the market. It's powered loading, powered offloading. It's no mechanical moving parts. In other words, no mechanical actuators to actually do the diverting. As you can see here from the video, when we're loading, we have very controlled, precise loading. It's belt to belt. We center the items, and you can see that our technology, the way it is every cell is smart throughout the entire loop, and that allows us to do this precise loading. And here you can see precise offloading. And the crossbelt can handle the widest range of parcels of the technologies. Here you're looking at this is our fin that we use to track the sorter, and we designed our fin and our linear induction motor to pair together to where they work very well together. And then here now we're showing our onboard controller system. This is what makes the loop smart throughout the entire distance of the sorter. And the sorter is modular. We can add destinations. You can do hundreds to 1,000 destinations if you had to. The expansion of the length of the loop is also modular, so we do loop lengths into thousands and thousands of feet. And the capacities can range to 30,000 or more, so that's the unique thing about the crossbelt technology. Here's a kind of a deep dive into the way we push the sorter with the limb here. And it's kind of, so we removed the cells. And so what we did is MHS developed a limb that is custom made for our sorter to get an extreme driving force higher than anybody else in the market. So that was one of the things that we did to kind of set ourselves a little bit different than our competitors. So here again, you can see our offloading and our loading in the video here. And then we have a unique way of removing our cell. Our cell is only 2 bolts, 2 plugs. So you undo the 2 plugs, and then you just slightly move the sorter after you undo 2 screws. And the screws don't actually come off of the cell, so we don't want any loose parts going down in the sorter. So we designed that as a very simple exchange. We can literally change the cell within 5 minutes. So this is a video that when we initially commission our sorter, because of our smart intelligence on our sorter, we have a special cart that actually can commission our sorter. And that helps us to speed up commissioning times, improve our accuracy, how we do things. Our sorter also has built-in predictive analytics, so we do vibration detection, we do tension detection, and those kind of things. So to close out, we asked the question, is the crossbelt sorter right for you? Is robotic sorter induction right for you?
Yeah, so what we would encourage you to do is reach out to either MHS or your preferred system integrator and find out how these technologies can help improve your operational efficiencies. Again, part of using the advantage of using a system integrator is that they can match up the rates and the requirements you have with the right equipment and make sure the entire system works as you expect. Again, thank you for your time, and we appreciate your business.